go. Okay, so we're now recording. This is the second training in a series where we're going back to the basics of our business. So last week we talked about how to book parties, and we sat down and actually worked for 30 minutes on booking some parties. And I think that that was fruitful for a lot of people because a lot of us don't have, myself included, don't have the self-discipline to sit down for a certain amount of time and dedicate that certain amount of time just to working our business. So now that you've got parties booked, I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about some different tips and tricks that you can take and use for those parties. The first thing that I want to kind of go over, and I have notes because if you guys don't already know me, I squirrel really bad. Like I am the first person to go off track all the time. So I do have notes because this is extremely important and I want you guys to feel comfortable partying after today's chat. So the first thing that I want you guys to like get into your mind or get out of your mind. So when you think of parties, what is your purpose for partying? And you can either use the chat or you can like unmute yourself. What is the purpose of having a host and hosting a party? Anybody? To meet new customers. What else we got? I'll take 3 or 4. New customers and sales. No director answers because I know y'all know the answers. Snacks. Pauline. Truth. Okay, so the main purpose of your parties, and if you shift your mindset to this, I can promise you that your success in your parties is going to be so much more fruitful. Okay, so I want you to not think about parties as getting PRV. I know that that sounds very convoluted, and I know that that sounds way strange. Like, why would I not want sales from a party? That's not the purpose of not thinking of it that way. So what I want you to think about is parties are a way for me to meet new people, okay, and get recruits, okay? Parties are a way for me to meet new people and get recruits. If you think about your parties that way, A, you're going to be less disappointed if your party does not have very much in sales, but B, you're going to be even happier when you have a host who wants to join and you're going to flip that PRV to them. Okay. So if you think about a party for sales, like let's say if you booked a party and you're like, awesome, this party's going to be great. I've got $500 in sales from this party. This is awesome. What happens when your host wants to flip the party and become a consultant? You're scrambling because now you've just lost 500 PRV. So if we think about parties at the aspect of parties are for meeting new people and getting a new recruit, we're not going to worry about the PRV, okay? If somebody decides not to join, hey, look, you just got extra PRV. It's a bonus. So when I flip to my mindset from thinking I need to party to get sales to I need to get a party so that I can meet new people and get new recruits, I can promise you they were much, much more successful because I didn't feel like I had as much skin in the game and as much to lose. Does that make sense? Okay, I see heads nodding, so that's good. Okay, so we've booked some parties. Now what? Okay, I think that that's kind of where everybody is at. Everybody's like, okay, I've got these parties booked, but I don't know what to do now. And that's normal, okay? Not every party is going to be run the same. Every party is going to be run differently. Every consultant does their parties differently. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you guys some of the things that I have learned and some of the things that I have found successful for myself. Okay. Not all of these did I start right away. I want to preface with that. Not all of these did I start right away. Not all of these did I just jump in and say, hey, let me send all of this to my hostesses, which I'll explain in a little bit. A lot of this has come from time in the business and finding what's successful for me and my customers and my hosts. But take these as suggestions and do your own research and your own kind of market research about your hosts and your customers and figure out what's going to be successful for you. So the first and most important thing that I want to tell you guys about parties is if you are not coaching your hosts, start. So if you are not telling your hosts how to have a successful party, we're going to start. And I have 2 pages of notes just on host coaching because I feel like this is the most important part of having a successful party. Scott, your hand is raised. Do you have a question?
Yeah, we do.
What's up?
Okay, talking about parties and all that. See, me and Brittany, we're kind of against the gun right now because we're reinstated consultants. We did it a couple years ago, and our sponsor was never there to help us at all. Kind of just said, forget it, it's not worth it, and all that.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Huh?
That was me. That was me when I reinstated in 2018.
Now we got two, our sponsor, which is Brittany's aunt, and we got Tanya, which is Brittany's aunt's sponsor. They're helping us out, but we're still $130 short. And we have to have that by the end of this month or they cancel us. They kick us out again.
Okay. So have you guys done like a relaunch party or anything yet? Like an online relaunch party?
No, because we just ordered our kits and all that.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. So what,
we got people lined up fighting at the bit to want it, but they want to be able to smell the samplers and all that before they purchase anything. I mean, every day that we're out, I'm talking to someone and getting someone new to want to buy, but we don't have anything to show for it.
I got you. So what I did when I reinstated, and that's a really good point, is not having the on-hand like product to be able to have them smell. And since a lot of us are doing online parties now with COVID, a lot of people are not getting the product under their noses to be able to smell, which is a very pivotal part of our business and our product.
Right.
But what I did in a lot of my online parties when I couldn't have people physically smell is I asked them what their favorite fragrance is from any company. Okay. So like if it's Bath and Body Works, if it's Yankee Candle, if it's Walmart, I don't care where their favorite fragrance is. And I try to find a Scentsy dupe for that. I try to find a match for that. And by doing that, what I do is I take their favorite fragrance and I put it in Google and I search the fragrance to pull up the fragrance notes. It's going to tell me what it smells like, what all the notes are. And I take every single one of those notes and put them in my website and find like pretty much what I do is I create them a 6-pack of fragrances that might be similar to the fragrance that they like so that they can kind of mix those fragrances to find the perfect fragrance for them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then, so that way they'll have some things to kind of work with. But then once you get your testers, if you guys aren't already going live on Facebook, go live on Facebook. I know it sounds really scary, but
it's not that scary. I've been on live before in a swimsuit jumping in the pool.
yes.
But when it comes to selling, Brittany
I choke.
Chokes.
Go live and share your favorite stuff. That's the easiest thing to do.
I'm doing that once we get the kit.
There you go. And that's so
with me, I could sell a blind man glasses and a deaf man hearing aid. I used to sell cars for a living. So
I would start with that and go from there, and then reach out to Tanya and see if she has any specific parties. And I think Holly said she's working with Tanya on upgrading her parties, so she can go over all of that with you as well.
Awesome.
Cool. Okay. So host coaching. So with host coaching, this is the most pivotal part of your parties. This is like when you get a host, you're going to want to reach out to your host and coach them essentially on how to be successful. We as consultants know how to be successful. We know how to sell product because we sell the product every day. But we want our hosts to sell the product pretty much for us at a party because it's their friends. Their friends know we love Scentsy, but their friends are going to want to know why their host loves Scentsy. So first thing that I always do for host coaching is I always reach out to my host and I let them know that I have 4 steps to a successful party. Okay. 4 steps, easy peasy, 4 steps. First step is do not invite over 50 people to your party. Okay. So 50 is a hard limit, not a suggested limit. And the reason for that is we want them to feel like it's not just, hey, I'm going to invite every single person on my social media, because we want them to actually interact and engage in the party. And the more people that are invited, the less genuine it feels, the more spammy it feels. So the other thing is you want to personally interact with those 50 people that you invited. And I know that that sounds like a lot. That sounds like, oh crap, my host is going to have to send 50 messages. But we want them to reach out to these people on an individual basis and let them know, hey, I'm hosting a Scentsy party, absolutely fell in love with these products. If you want to join in on the party, join in on the party. I've sent you an invite. Okay. So step 2. So that was all step 1, invite 50 people personally. Okay. Step 2 is you need to interact. The host needs to interact. Okay. So if your host is interacting, then interaction equals sales. If your host is interacting and sharing their favorite products and sharing what they love about Scentsy, people are going to be more likely to trust your host's opinion versus your opinion. I can post before and after pictures all day, and I guarantee you there's going to be half the people in that group or that event who are going to think that that's a lie. Okay? Because they don't know me. They don't know me, but they know my host. They know my host. They trust my host. That's why they joined my host's party. So I always create the party on Facebook a couple days prior. I have my host personally reach out to people and invite them to the event. And then I challenge my hosts to invite or to post a picture of their favorite warmer. And if they don't own a warmer, a picture of a warmer that they want, so that they can start getting the interaction and have like a way to connect with their customers. But I don't want them to Google a picture. Does that make sense? I want it to be genuine. And you'll see as we go along through this host coaching is kind of training them on how we do things as consultants. Because what's the first thing that we teach you guys? Share, don't sell. Share your favorite products. Share what you love about Scentsy. Don't sell it. Okay. Share, share, share. Because we are in the business of making genuine relationships with people. We're not spammy. We're not out here just sharing the same Google images because that looks crappy. We're sharing what we love. So make sure that you're engaging. Same thing, interact. So 3rd step, okay? I always have my host choose one person as their VIP guest, okay? And this is important. So not only is our host going to be interacting, but I want them to choose one person who is going to be their VIP guest to also interact. I tell them choose the person who you think is most likely to buy, who's closest with you, who you know loves Scentsy, who you know is probably gonna be the next host kind of thing. Personally touch base with that person as have the host personally touch base with that person. Let them know that you appreciate them interacting, commenting on posts, that it's going to raise the energy level of the party, which leads to more sales, which leads to free stuff. At the end of the party, send that VIP guest. If they did a lot of interacting, I send them a little something in the mail for being the VIP. Okay. So that's just my way of saying, hey, thank you for helping your host. Let's host you a party now. And I always put in like hosting information. Hey, let's get you some stuff for free. Okay. Step 4 to a successful party happens after the party. So you want your host to know that they need to follow up with their guests after the party, thank them for coming, ask if they have any questions, let them know that they're able to message me if they have any questions. And then, like I said, the VIP guests get something for free. So host coaching doesn't seem so overwhelming, right? When you break it down into just 4 simple steps, easy peasy, doesn't seem that hard. There are lots of leaders out there and lots of other consultants who go a bajillion miles for host coaching, and they like reach out to their hosts every single day and say, hey, it's 2 days before your party, so on and so forth. Do what feels comfortable for you. I always follow up with my host and make sure that they know, hey, I've started your party. Make sure you invite people, kind of keep them up to date. The other thing I'll tell you is that is handy is having your host's wish list. Okay. Have your host's list of what products that they want so you can help them earn those products. So, host coaching is the first step to having a successful party for you as the consultant. Okay. Next, let's talk about groups versus events. Raise your hand if you're doing your Facebook parties and events on Facebook. Okay, we got a couple of them. Raise your hand if you're doing your parties in groups on Facebook. Okay, so there are pros and cons to both. And I'm gonna preface this by saying this. There are pros and cons to both. So first thing I'm gonna talk about is groups. I personally do my parties in groups now. And I used to be an avid event person. Like I was avid setting a time and day on an event, going from there. I recently changed over to doing my parties in groups, and I found that it was a lot less stressful for me. So some of the things that are pros for doing your events or doing your parties in groups is that people are invited and can preview the group for up to 30 days. Okay. So people, when your host sends out an invite, it says, hey, so-and-so has invited you to this group. You're currently in preview mode, so on and so forth. If you want to interact, you need to accept the invite. Okay. So it stays in their invites for 30 days. So they have 30 days to look at the group. But they're not automatically a member. They can always see the group, but they're not automatically a member. You can tag all the guests in any posts that you make, which I found very helpful. Especially, I like the feature of being able to, when it says you have 6 new members of your group, make sure you welcome them with a post. I like to welcome them to the group so that they start getting the notifications in the group. Another thing is scheduled posts and the ability to use the app Visly. You cannot use Visly or any scheduling apps in an event. And I'm going to talk about Visly a little bit more in depth, but there are apps and scheduled posts that you can do in event or in groups, not in events. So that's one of the benefits to doing groups. The other thing is that you can easily turn that group into your customer's VIP group if they decide to join. Okay. Oh, that Baja Blast looks delicious. I love Baja Blast. Squirrel, I told you guys, I squirrel really bad. So you can easily turn that into their VIP group and you don't even have to do anything. Literally, you can remove yourself from the group and set a new admin. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So some benefits of doing things in events. And this list is shorter for me because I do mine in groups now. And I can see that for me, there's a lot more benefits of doing it in groups versus events. But some pros of doing your Facebook parties on events. It reminds them every single day that the event is going on. So it sends them a reminder. Then they also need to choose that they're going to the event. So you can see who's actually interested and you can send a message out to all of those people who are going all at once, which is easier. Okay. So now let's talk about Visly a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to go super into depth about Visly because there is a lot of information about it, and that'll be something that if you guys want an entire training on Visly, we can do that one week. But Visly is a free service to a point. There is a paid version. But Visly, the beginner version of Visly is free. You can go to visly.com. It's Vizzli. If somebody could in the chat type in Visly for me. I know Fearby uses it. So Visly is a service that links with your Facebook groups to allow you to schedule posts without having to go in and make individual posts. Okay. You can use a template on Visly for the same thing for every single Facebook party. Once you set that template up, You literally track a group on Visly, you turn on the posting in a group on Visly, and select the template that you want to use for that group for a certain time period, setting the starting date, so on and so forth. And it will literally post all the posts for you at the times that you select. It is super handy for those of you guys who work full-time jobs to be able to go in and schedule those posts, so you're not having to sit down and remember, crap, I need to post in my or post in my party page today. But what it also allows you to do is it allows you to post all of that product information, and then you can kind of just fill in the gaps with some lives here and there, or like some videos or some personal photos of warmers, things like that, or like interaction posts. If you see the interactions getting a little low, you can kind of tailor the party without feeling like you're having to tailor every single post for the product information. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. So for me, Visly is very handy. I will be very open. I am horrible about remembering to post. Okay. We're working on a leadership course right now, and we had to do our strengths and weaknesses. And one of my weaknesses was VIP group and team group posting. I'm horrible about it. So Visly for me is handy because I can like look at the posts for the day and say, okay, today's posts are going to be about on the go products. And when I hop in my car to go to my daily Target run, I'm literally going to snap a picture of my scent circle and post it and be like, this is what's in my car today. So I can kind of like tailor things to it. The key to your parties is making sure that we get product information out, but in a way that's engaging and exciting. I can guarantee you that at some point in every single person on this chat's lives, we've all been invited to one of those Facebook parties that was literally just, here's our stuff, buy it. Right? Yes. Yes. They're boring. And pretty much what we do at that point is just go to the website and shop whatever, or shop what we know. Okay. And a lot of people who are getting on a Facebook party for Scentsy don't know that we sell more than wax and warmers. That's one of the reasons why I asked you guys in the Flamingle Flock page, what is your number one selling product? And if you look at it, wax and warmers, and that's never going to change. Wax and warmers is most people's number one selling product because it's our bread and butter product. But the perk of parties is being able to share with everybody the other products that you love. Same in your VIP group. Okay, your VIP group is just literally one long party. One long party. It's literally all it is. So now I want to kind of talk to you guys about party packs and host packs. So this is one of the ways that I personally do my parties. When my party first starts, one of the first posts on there is asking if anybody wants a party pack. Okay. And this is what they get shipped out looking like. They're in little flamingo mailers because everything's flamingos in my life. And inside of here is a scent of the month flyer, a catalog, and I personally put some old testers in here because I got a bajillion of them after being with the business for 7 years. But if you want to save money, the easiest thing to do is you can get one of these catalog envelopes, just like this. It's just a top catalog envelope. I think I got these at Staples. You can drop a catalog in them. Catalog inside of here. Well, this is my master catalog, so it's got all kinds of like tabs and things on it, but you can drop a catalog in there. You can drop a scent of the month flyer in there and a couple felt samples. And this is the most important part of that party pack. Okay. The catalog, like giving them a physical representation of the items you're selling. Because if you guys did not know, possession is 9/10 of the law. And also possession is 9/10 of the reason that people buy things. So I used to work at Bath and Body Works. Yikes. Back in the day. And one of the things that they taught us there is that if somebody touches a product, 9 out of 10 times they're gonna buy it because it's possession. Like if you handed me a cup, like we went out somewhere and you said, oh, look at this cup, and I grabbed it, in my mind, in my brain, that cup is mine. Okay. And that's not even like some scientific garbaggio. That's just psychology. Also was a psych major. So I'm telling you, this is legit. So literally their mind starts thinking that that product is theirs. So if you can get their hands on a catalog, they're going to find something in this catalog that they love. And if they can't purchase it, they're going to want to host a party for it. Fearby asked, do I put a cap on my party packs or is it just a free for all? No, I put a cap on them. I do 10 max party packs. And the reason for that is I want there to be a little bit of like supply and demand there. Like I only have 10 of these available. But B, y'all already know I'm a cheapskate and I don't want to mail out 100 of these suckers and then get no sales. You get what I'm saying? We're in this business to make money, not spend money. So I put a max of 10 on them. Okay. But I make up for it in my host packs. Let me tell y'all, I just started these and Fearby said, how much does it cost for you to mail them? So this is kind of heavy because it has testers inside of it. It doesn't have felt samples. If you were to do felt samples, a catalog, and a scent of the month mailer, it'd be about $1.80. So not super expensive. And if you did 10, that's 20 bucks. I mean, if you're doing 50 parties a month, it adds up really quickly, but you do what's comfortable for you in your business. If mailing just a catalog is all you can afford, or a product sheet, literally, if you just want to mail product sheets, whatever you can do to get our products in front of their face, because it is really easy to ignore a Facebook group. It's not so easy to ignore some happy mail coming in the mail, because when you go through your mail and you see something that's not junk or bills, you're like, yes, not junk or bills. We all get excited for things that are not junk or bills. So it's really hard to ignore happy mail. And I put little stickers on mine that I literally print at home and cut out on my Cricut. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, the little sunshine. I cut them out on my Cricut. I printed a bunch of them the other day. And then like my normal mail says, it has Matthew McConaughey's face on it. And it says, all right, all right, all right, your happy mail is here. So like I make it even more fun. Just because who doesn't want to see Matthew McConaughey on their mail? So does anybody have any questions about party packs before I move on to host packs? No? No? Okay. So this is the coup de grace called host packs. Okay. This is, I'm going to preface this by saying I am extra, like with a capital E, and a giant hashtag in front. I am extra, but this is what I was talking about when I said I did not do these when I was first starting out. I'm at the point now. Lydia, do you have a question?
I actually wanted to go back to the group. Sorry for
No, you're fine.
going backwards. But I actually want to try to let you guys know on a tip that I do for groups for the parties is when I go live or my host goes live, when like my mother-in-law, she actually got a whiff box. She went live and we posted it to the group.
Mm-hmm.
So then everybody can see our products like in live view. And what I did was we shared it to all the groups that I did. So maybe that might help somebody. I don't know.
That's a good option.
That's actually helped me a lot. And also for like the host to get them involved is I always send them like things to post. I always tell them every hour, post this. And then I give them like a long list of pictures or something to post every hour. So then the host can be Sorry for the noise in the background. I have a 1-year-old. But I always have like the host post things about Scentsy. My sister, she's a dog groomer, and she's a mobile dog groomer. She actually bought all of our pet supplies that we have, and she uses them on her clients, on their pets. And she's already got like 5 to 6 people that are already wanting to order stuff from us. So maybe if you have like, if you guys know a dog groomer, or like a family member that wants to try our products out, and have them either do a live or a review, have them post it on your group, like in your groups, and ask them, hey, can I send it, or can I post it to any of the other groups that I have, just so we can kind of get the products out. And it always helps for me, so maybe it might help somebody else. I don't know.
And that's exactly what I was saying earlier, is like what works for one consultant may not work for everybody. But the biggest thing is trial and error. Like, find what works for you and stick with it. You're going to know your customers and friends and your hosts better than anybody else. So what works for one person might work for you. So absolutely, if you're finding something's not working, then try something else. Keep trying things until you find something that works. So host packs. Like I was saying, I did not do these when I first started because they can be an investment. Okay. Don't feel like I'm showing you these saying, hey, you need to do these. I just find that these are what are successful for me to be able to get some of that product in my host's hands to be able to use. Okay. So I'm going to show you these. And like I said, I'm #extra with a capital E. Okay. I make all my own graphics. Don't judge me. Okay. So these are my host kits. They're extra. The top here has the same information, like I told you, with the host coaching in their face. It's also got a picture of me on there. So I'm in their face. But it has the information on like personally invite your friends, share your favorite product, post a picture of your favorite warmer, have fun and interact. Okay. It also has information about what's inside their host pack. So this is kind of like a host with box, if that's the way you want to look at it. And I'll kind of give you guys an idea of how much this cost me to put together and how much it ships, so you can see whether or not it's something that you may want to scale to your business. Okay. So you don't have to do anything this extra. You can do whatever works for you. So I made all my own graphics. I print these all at home because I'm cheap. Okay. This is like one piece of cardstock. I'm not even joking. I think it was legitimately one piece of cardstock. I also include a wish list that I designed myself on Canva. Canva is amazing. So I give my host, I'm going to actually probably turn this off because it's going to glare. I give my host their own catalog, their own physical catalog. This is their catalog to mark the things that they want with their host credit. Okay. So then I give them a bunch of samples. You look inside the box and it's got a bunch of samples. Okay. So this costs maybe $1 because I got it in a pack of 25 for $10.80 on sale. Okay. Marketing materials I printed myself. Boxes come in a pack of 25 for like $18 to $20 on Amazon. It's like $1 a box. If you think like maybe somewhere around there. Yeah, like $1 a box, maybe a little bit less than $1 a box. So then the samples on the inside, I bulk sample. Okay. So, and what I mean by saying I bulk sample is I get one bottle of Counter Clean. I take that one bottle of Counter Clean that I got with host credit. Okay. And I make as many samples as I possibly can with that one bottle of Counter Clean. Okay. So Counter Clean sample. It includes a Counter Clean sample. It's only filled halfway. These are from the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is your friend. It is my friend. I live there. Okay. These are Dollar Tree. This is washi tape. It's just paper tape. Okay. And then these I printed at home and wrote the fragrance name on them. Bulk. Anything you can do in bulk is going to be much easier. Okay. This is a really big sample of Counter Clean. Really big. This is enough for my hosts to try it for a couple of days and figure out if they like the product. The purpose of this is to give the hosts product that they can give an actual opinion on. Okay. I want them to take the product, use it, and give an actual opinion for their friends and family. And I tell my hosts, please be brutally honest. If you don't like it, tell your friends and family why you don't like it so that they, like, you're not just blowing smoke up their butts. Okay. If you don't like, I don't like the body wash. I don't use it. Dries my skin out. Do I sell a lot of body wash? Do I sell a ton of Scentsy soaks? Yes, because they're baller. They're amazing. So, Counter Clean. This came in a 2-pack for $1. So it cost me 50 cents to make. Okay. So we're now up to, this cost me maybe $2, $2 or $3, $2.50. Okay. Holographic bags. Amazon. I think they come in 100-pack for like $11 or $12. They're not expensive. Okay. Labels, printed at home myself. This is Scentsy soaks. This is enough soaks for them to maybe get like a foot soak out of. It's not enough for them to get a whole bath out of. But concentrated enough for like a nice home pedicure. Scentsy soaks. Then they get a dish soap sample. This is holographic bag again. We're using the same holographic bags out of that 100-pack. Labels printed at home. Sponge that I bought at the dollar store for a 2-pack that I cut into thirds. So it made for $1. It made 6 samples. Like, I'm telling you guys, I am cheap, but effective. Okay. So then same holographic bags. So everything's in these holographic bags because we don't waste not, want not. Okay. Holographic bags. This is washer whiffs. This is enough for a medium-sized load of laundry. This is a whole 1 scoop. Okay. I cannot tell you how many hosts open their boxes and send me a text message and say, why is there crack cocaine in my box? Washer whiffs. Hey, you want to know what they're texting me, and I know that they're going through their box, and then I can tell them that it's actually just salt. Okay. Cotton cleanup. These come in a what? 25-pack for $6. Cheap. Cotton cleanup. I made my own little labels on them that tell them what the cotton cleanup does. Soaks up to 6 cubes of wax. Drop it in your warmer. It's like magic. And then I always throw in some wax samples. I'm reusing old retired testers. Okay. These are fragrances that are currently in the catalog, but they're old testers that are literally just sitting around my house. You'll eventually accumulate a crap ton of these, but if you don't, wax felt samples work just as well. Okay. This is just me being thrifty and reusing things so that they don't go to waste. And then on my label, it tells them how to use these. Like, can you post your info from your samples on the group page? I can. So what I'll do is I can load in the files all of my labels that I have saved for you guys if you guys want them. I'll also try to give you the information on what size labels to buy if that's helpful. I get all of mine from Amazon, and I'll teach you a little bit of trick. If you're ever buying something on Amazon, this is just a cheapskate trick, y'all. And I just taught Ashley Stewart this the other day. This is the best trick I've ever learned from Amazon. Okay. Always scroll down a little bit where it says like Amazon Prime and look and see if there's the option for buy new and used, because a lot of times there's the option to buy it used, very good condition. And the only difference is that the outer packaging of the product might be old or damaged. Whew, mind blown. It's the same product. The product's not damaged. But like these boxes, for instance, I bought these boxes on Amazon. They said that they were used, very good condition, that the outer packaging was damaged. So these boxes come flat. You have to fold them. And they come in a cardboard box themselves. Well, the cardboard box had a hole in it. So they took, I think it was like $7 off the price of the boxes. So I think I paid $18 for 25 boxes. So always, if you buy anything on Amazon, check to make sure there's not new and used available. I will normally buy new and used before I buy anything else. And check your dollar store. Like, I don't sleep on the dollar store, y'all. The dollar store is bae. So does anybody have any questions? I know some people said size of the bags, host coaching. I actually have an Amazon list that I can put in the flock page. I have all of this stuff saved on an Amazon list that you guys can literally shop the Amazon list. So I don't have to individually link everything. And I think it's saved as like Flamingle Flock or something like that. And I'll post it in the group for you guys. And I try to add things to it every once in a while. Yeah, so you can even mail these. Oh, how do you ship those boxes? Special bags or just is? Let me grab a poly mailer. I'll show you. So I ship these out on pirateship.com. I love questions. Questions make my life easier because then it doesn't give me as much chance to squirrel. So I ship these using pirateship.com. You can go to the post office to ship these, but 9 times out of 10, it's more expensive to go to the post office versus using Pirate Ship and printing your label at home. Okay, you can print it on normal printer paper and tape it to your bag. It's literally just pirateship.com. It is free, and they give you discounts through USPS. You can't ship, you can't print like stamps. I still have Santa stamps. You can't print stamps on there. I actually go to the post office for those, but you can ship poly mailers there. If you can fit it in a poly mailer, it's going to ship cheaper. Okay, because they don't do it by size. They do it by weight on a poly mailer. So poly mailers are cheap. You can get them on Amazon for like $11 for 100. Seal that sucker right up in that Flamingo poly mailer and ship it off. Okay, I have a label printer. You don't need one. You can literally just print it on computer paper. This is a 10 by 13 poly mailer. Okay, these are the most common sized poly mailer, is a 10 by 13. And my suggestion for you, if you're buying poly mailers, find ones that fit your branding. Okay, so like mine is flamingos. You guys know that everything is flamingos for me. Find poly mailers that fit your branding. If you don't have branding, we gotta talk. Okay. If you don't have something that screams you when people think of it, like I can't tell you how many times I get tagged in flamingo stuff all the time. All the time. Does anybody else have any other questions? Danetta, I'll do a whole training on, after we finish the back to the basic stuff, I'll do a whole training on branding. I actually talked at, no, you know what? I'll send you my world tour speech from Baltimore from 2020 because I talked about branding in that. And you can see me be a nut on stage. Amanda Novak saw it in real life. It was great. Anybody have any questions? I love sunflowers, but I haven't been able to get it to stick. Be consistent. Just every single thing that you make like this, I'll show you. So like my branding on here might not be flamingos, but it's tropical. See like how I've got the monstera leaves, it's tropical. This is tropical. It goes with the like flamingo theme, tropical theme. I love sunflowers. There are some really cute sunflower like poly mailers. You actually picked up something I just more flamingo stuff. I love it. Like all of my stuff has flamingos on it. I think I have like a flamingo painting there, a flamingo up there. It's just funny. Brand is me and my mini wax boss, and that's perfect. Family, that's fun. Then everything that you print needs to have a picture of you and your mini wax boss on it. Like I put Melly on all of my stuff, all of my branding. Yes, and she still has that baby blanket. She's attached to a little like fleece blanket that came in a set right now, and she literally will not sleep without it. The Scentsy fairy, that's cute. I love it. Okay, does anybody have any questions about parties? Anything? Any parties? Just, you can either type it in the chat or unmute yourself.
Do we know how much SFR is going to be yet?
We don't. My guess is around $40, with the option to purchase kits. How long do I run a party? 5 days is how long I run a party. That covers one product line every day. Novak, we are working, I've been bugging Candy every single day to see if she can get more information about when we're gonna know more information about SFR. Because as it stands right now, the 20th and 21st are leadership. So we're gonna have everybody at the house for 20th and 21. But the leaders are gonna be like, we're gonna have to shut the theater room because it's NDA stuff. So, and then the 22nd and 23rd is actual SFR. But is anybody super excited about SFR and SFR retreat? Because I'm stoked. There's still one spot left if any of you want to come.
I totally plan on hanging out in the hot tub while y'all are in your leadership thing. So
I'm stoked.
I am so excited.
Like, you guys have no clue how much Ashley, Carly, and I have spent on Zoom planning this.
Yes.
Like, I can't show you inside the notebook, but I have a designated notebook just for SFR. And it has like, let's see, what can I show? Oh, the itinerary that I hand lettered myself. So, because I'm extra. We are so excited. Even if you're not able to make the retreat, we're still gonna plan a bunch of like stuff for SFR. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited. I miss, if you guys are new to the Scentsy atmosphere, one of the biggest things that like drives me is being able to bond with our team members and like spending time with our team members. No, Fearby, you're not gonna know. It's a secret just for you. It's a secret. We even planned the menu, y'all, like down to what we're eating every night, themed every night. It is baller. Like, we're probably going to be up till 1 o'clock every day cooking and decorating.
It's going to be so worth it.
I have 5 boxes of decorations over here. Like, this is going to be great. So there's still one spot left. If anybody can still come, anybody wants to come, there's one spot left. It's $100 down, and then the remainder is not due until June. And I like I've told everybody who's put their deposit down, I don't care when you pay me, how you pay me. If you pay me $5 at a time, I don't care. I have already put 95% of the deposit down for the house, so we are going regardless. Just, we'll get there. I will work with everybody. I really genuinely want you guys to go. Like, if we could have found a 30-person house, I would have gotten a 30-person house and said, you guys all need to be there. But I know that a lot of you guys work full time and don't have the time off, things like that. But I'm super excited, and I hope that everybody who's going is super excited. See who's on here, who's going. Stu, Melissa, Novak, Taylor. Let's see. Miss Amanda
Karen.
Blake over there. Karen, Fearby. Woo woo. Pauline. It's gonna be a good time. Woo woo. Okay, does anybody have any other questions? Hi, Michael. I see you waving. So just chitter chattering away. Okay, does anybody have any other questions about parties? If not, your girl still has to get on the Peloton before I get into bed. Ugh. No questions? Okay, so it's 9:30. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Tomorrow, don't forget about the